This episode of Comics for Fun and Profit is brought to you by comic book websites. Where do I even start for these sorry excuses for a web presence? A digital wasteland that hasn't seen a lick of maintenance in eons. It feels like I've stepped into a time machine and traveled back to the 90s. Are we seriously still dealing with websites like this? Atrociousness in the 21st century? Layouts are usually chaotic nightmares, random elements just tossed on the screen, and that's good enough. There's no rhyme or reason for half of them. The navigation bars are usually buried in some obscure corner, forcing you to play a frustrating game of hide and seek just to find what you're looking for. Functionality-wise, you click on a link and maybe it'll open, maybe it's blocked by an ad. You don't know. Am I in a digital abyss, lost forever? Half the time they don't work. They started working on it and then maybe gave up halfway through the page. I don't even try the search function. It's never going to get you anything, or they're totally useless. Mobile responsiveness, no, that's for the big boys, not for comic book websites. No. You look at microscopic text and pinch and zoom until your fingers fall off. These websites are slow. They're a sloth on sedatives. Every page takes an eternity to load, and half the time it just doesn't. It just grinds and spins. And what is that? It's 2023. Could we get decent websites for comic book news and information and distribution, Diamond? Etc. And then oh my God, don't even talk about pop-ups. Pop-ups everywhere at the most inconvenient moments, blocking the view of what you're trying to see, or just auto-loading some loud abrasive ad. Websites, these comic book websites are embarrassment to the internet. Should be banished. If you can't create a clean, working, functional website, get out of the biz, and let somebody else fill that void. Hey, on to the show. Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This is episode 841. And since Drew is talking, that means Kyle's a-walking. He's out camping, I believe, North Carolina at Hanging Rock State Park. For those of you who are keeping score at home, if you got little pins on the map, where in the world is Kyle? That's where he's at. So he's camping in North Carolina right now. And so that means I'm joined by, I'm lucky enough to be joined by Mike Myers. Mike, how are you?
Yeah, the sixth man.
The sixth man off the bench.
Pretty soon I'm going to make the starting five. If he keeps on bailing.
Yeah, starting two.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of questions in, and I don't know if you feel like taking them or not. I'll rattle some off if you're into it. Great. If not, well, I'll answer them.
Yeah.
The first one was, who's your favorite rogues gallery? And before we give our answers, I thought I'd ask Chat GPT who had the best rogues gallery, and I'll be curious if you agree or disagree with their rankings on this, Mike. I think we're probably going to agree on the top four, maybe not in this order, but definitely these four. You want to throw a guess out whose they are, whose rogues galleries they are?
I would think with ChatGPT, Batman would be number one.
Batman is number one.
I would think Spider-Man would be number two.
Spider-Man is number two.
Flash would be number three.
Flash is four.
Okay. Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four is not on the list.
Huh. Then I'm kind of lost.
Okay. Superman was number three. So with Lex Luthor, Brainiac, Doomsday, Bizarro.
I think to comic fans, though, they're not going to say
Superman.
Superman, yeah.
No, it's I think the big three universally is Flash, Spider-Man, Batman, right?
Yeah, that's who I would say.
Yeah. Okay, so after that, who do you think is
But
next?
Fantastic Four should be there
They
because
should be.
you have Galact. I mean, they
He,
created the whole.
he got Galactus and
You
Silver
got
Surfer.
Skrulls. You got Silver
Yeah,
Surfer, Galactus,
yeah,
Mole
that's a
Man,
miss.
Doctor Doom. I mean, geez.
Doctor Doom, right? That's a miss. That's a
Yeah, it's like
huge.
Namor. I mean, heck, you could just keep rattling off
You could make a case it's
villains.
better than Superman.
I could. I mean,
Yeah,
I love like Lex, and I mean, Lex Luthor's at the best. I mean, to me,
yeah.
because you can use him in so many different ways. But I mean, yeah, you got Brainiac. Everybody knows that, and
Bizarro's a great
Bizarre
foil.
Doomsday. I mean, he killed Superman. You got to include him.
Yeah. Yep, they have Metallo and Toyman on here.
Yeah, Toyman, Prankster. I mean, there's a lot of them. But
Mixoplick. Yeah,
Mixopitalik. That's how I
yeah,
pronounce it.
yeah. That's probably right. I'm trying to think of how they pronounced it on Super Friends.
Yeah, I think they said Mixoplik
I think
in
they did.
Super Friends. Yeah,
I think that's why. I think that's why it's stuck in my head like that.
but I think I've heard somebody else call it Mixopitalik, and
Yes, I believe it
I
was
don't know
Kevin
if that
Smith, right? Didn't Kevin Smith do it on his
might have been
podcast?
him, or it might have been like Mark Waid or somebody
Yeah,
that I heard at a convention, San Diego or something.
yeah, and it could have been in Titans. Did he guest in Titans?
Uh, the no,
Or maybe one of the
maybe
CW
the
shows?
cartoon, maybe the cartoon.
One of the CW shows?
He was on Superboy. I know that.
Okay.
But that Superboy was like syndicated.
Yeah.
It was on like stuff when I was still in college, I think.
I know. Yeah, I know I've seen it, heard it somewhere. And
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. All right.
But the other two, yeah, give me the other two because I'm curious.
I've got six more. So those were the top four.
Captain America, is he on the list?
Yes, Red Skull,
Yeah.
Harmon Zola, Crossbones, Baron Zemo, Serpent Society. Yep, he's number 8.
Thor.
No.
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman. She's on there. Cheetah.
Yeah.
Cheetah. I'm trying to think who else.
Giganta, Doctor Psycho.
Yep. Medusa.
Ares,
Yep.
Medusa. Yeah, all the gods.
Yeah, all the gods. Yeah. So she's number 6.
Swan.
So number 5, they had X-Men.
Yeah, that would be a good one. But
Yeah.
I think, well, you got Magneto.
Yeah.
And you got the Blob.
They've got Juggernaut, Mystique,
Toad, the
Apocalypse,
Juggernaut,
Sabretooth.
Apocalypse, yeah.
They at 7 they put Iron Man with Mandarin, Obadiah Stane, Whiplash. Not a strong rogues gallery. You mentioned Captain America. At 9 they went with Green Lantern with Sinestro.
Sinestro and the black.
Larfleeze.
All the different rings, yeah, Larfleeze.
Yeah.
Atrocitus.
And then they rounded it out with
Star Sapphire.
Daredevil. So Daredevil with Kingpin and Bullseye and Elektra. But you're giving Kingpin to Daredevil.
Gladiator.
Isn't Kingpin really a Spider-Man rogue?
He was created as a Spider-Man rogue, but he became primary to Daredevil.
Yeah. So they kind of share him, right?
They kind of share him, but he's more featured in Daredevil. He's Daredevil's prime.
Yeah.
Nemesis. He's his Lex Luthor.
Yes. It's not a terrible list, but the omission of Fantastic Four, I believe you are correct. That is a oversight by ChatGPT. Big oversight. Big whiff there. And they should not have missed that.
Yeah, I would think of FF before Captain America
For reals.
and Wonder Woman. Because a lot of people with Wonder Woman, they go Cheetah. Like I know a lot of them, but it's
Yeah.
because I read Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
But
I knew Cheetah and stopped.
it's mostly Ares and Cheetah and Giganta, and Dr. Psycho's a big one. He's the most interesting to me, but it's because he can like he's like Purple Man.
Oh yeah, that's a good
He's a
one.
Daredevil villain, Purple
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
And Daredevil's
Really
got
though.
some
Really Purple Man is what's her face? It's Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
But no, he was plaguing Daredevil before Jessica.
But popular.
He just became featured, like not just like a villain of the month or whatever. He was there for a long time for Jessica.
Yeah.
Hey, Drew.
What's up?
Okay, so I've got a problem.
I know. So many.
I wake up too early. I go to my job, and I am not a morning person. I am dragging in the day. And I developed this horrible habit of drinking these stupid energy drinks. 180 milligrams of caffeine, the jolt I need, or I think I need at least to get my day started. And then by the time I come back, after lunch from my 2 o'clock, I need a second one. That's almost 400 milligrams of caffeine I'm putting right in my body. And boy, does it got me feeling pretty crappy by the end of the day. So I need to break that habit. And Drew, I've found the elixir that's going to help me break that habit. And it is Magic Mind.
Yes. Good stuff. It is gives you energy, but not energy that's going to get you jittery. And it's got stuff in it that will actually help you be focused and get your clarity going and get your creativity and your juices flowing, as well as the energy boost. And they've got some really interesting all natural ingredients that in a combination. One of them is called ashwagandha, and it's an adaptogen that reduces stress and anxiety. And golly, in this world nowadays, if you can give me something that reduces my stress and anxiety, I'll take all the ashwagandha you can stick in there. So
Absolutely.
That's a really cool added bonus.
And we have things like lion's mane mushroom. And the big thing about that is inflammation. I've been talking a ton with the family about inflammation, how all the sugars and things we ingest cause inflammation in our joints and inflammation in our lungs and all the rest of our organs and stuff. And it's so bad for you. And, with all the joint pain I have anyway, the last thing I need is additional inflammation. So anything I can take that's going to be healthier for me, sustain my energy, and help relieve all the inflammation from the things I'm supposed to be preventing. That's absolutely the things I need to be putting into my body. And Magic Mind has all that really cool stuff in one nice little easy shot container. I just can grab one on the way out of the door, and it's good sustained energy in the morning. Keeps me from having that crash, makes me so I don't pass out at work and get fired. All the good things that I need.
And it tastes good. I'd encourage everyone to try it. If you're not 100% all day long, this is going to get you there. It's kind of a game changer. What you want to do is, if you feel you want to try this out, go to magicmind.co/comicsfunprofit and use our code. You can get 20% off of an initial one-time purchase, or up to 56% off of a subscription. So if this sounds good to you, go to magicmind.co/comicsfunprofit and use our code CFP. You can get up to 56% off your subscription for the next 10 days with the code CFP, or you can just use that discount code CFP at magicmind.co/comicsfunprofit to get 20% off a one-time purchase. Just to sample, dip your toe, check it out. All right. Does Batman's no-kill rule ultimately make Gotham City safer or more dangerous?
I think it's more dangerous, but every time, like, I would have more of a guilty conscience if I let Joker live and then Joker comes out, slaughters 1,000 people, He breaks out, kills 1,000, and then I put him away again. He breaks out again and kills another 1,000. I would feel more guilty with all the people he's killed than if I just killed one.
Right. I agree. 100%. He should make exceptions. So that's a good segue to the next question. Should superheroes have the authority to act as judge, jury, and executioner for supervillains and criminals? Should they truly be vigilantes like Red Hood, the Punisher?
Or Punisher. Yeah. I think there's something wholesome like Superman and Captain America. You can't do it, but I think with the darker characters, Superman I'm okay with given circumstances. Like I'm reading Golden Age and he's like dropping people out of buildings and all kinds of stuff. He's letting people die.
Really?
Yeah,
really.
He don't care.
That's awesome.
I'm having a good time reading Golden Age because I haven't read a lot of Superman and Golden Age. I've read like Silver Age to present, but not a lot of Golden Age.
And then they're meaty, hefty tomes, some of them, right? Like you read, you're not reading those in 5 minutes.
Well, they're about half hour.
Yeah.
But they're not too long because Action Comics did it. It wasn't like it was the whole book with Superman. It was like an anthology. So you're only reading like 12 pages or maybe 14, 16 max.
If you only read the Superman part of it.
Yeah, if you just read the Superman part.
Oh, okay. That's cool. So let's say Batman does arrest the Joker again, and he goes on trial. Is Joker's insanity a valid defense for his actions, or does he bear responsibility for his crimes?
I think he bears responsibility.
Once
you've struck out once or twice, it's not like he's gonna be what do they call it, rehabilitated?
Yeah.
Something is like mentally wrong. So you either have to keep him locked up, not let him get out, or take him out.
Yeah, so if he claims insanity and you put him away and he escapes, I guess he's still insane. So I guess he's really not responsible if you've already kind of found him insane and put him in an insane asylum.
Most of Batman's villains are in Arkham.
Yeah, they're all in Arkham anyway. Yeah, they are. They're all insane.
There's a handful that are in Blackgate, like Penguin and stuff.
Bane was, right?
Bane was. I don't know where. Well, Bane was in Santa Presca.
Oh, okay. I thought he was in Blackgate for one of the storylines.
Oh, he'd be in Blackgate. I don't think Bane is insane.
That's what I was saying. That was
I don't think he would ever go. He knows, he's very conscious of what he's doing.
Yes. Are comic book reboots and retcons helpful for storytelling or damaging to continuity and character development?
I'll let you answer that.
Okay, so I get mad when we renumber a comic, although I know it's about money. I still get mad when we renumber a comic and we haven't changed any of the creators and the storyline just continues from the thing. I think that's dumb. But I know why we do it, because it's for money. Does it damage the continuity? No. It gives people jumping off points, but I guess it also gives people jumping on points. So I don't think it hurts character development. I don't think it's helpful except for the publisher's bottom line. The only thing it helps is it makes them a little bit more money for 3 or 4 issues.
Yeah, I don't care. It's all continuity to me regardless. So it's just another number. I file them the same. I just continue it. Once that series ends, it just goes in the back of the other one. So
the only pro is the big offenders, which are Marvel and DC that do this the most. Marvel the most. At least they're doing legacy numbering. So there's something there that gives you a little bit of continuance from previous arcs and stuff, and you get a little bit of the history. So I like that. I just think it's dumb. It's just dumb.
It's dumb, but I would do it if I was a publisher. Because I would be looking at the numbers and I see, oh, I'm at 50 and I've deteriorated linearly since number 1, so I gotta rejuvenate it somehow. So relaunch it.
So do you think like in the 70s the sales numbers worked the same? Did it trickle down from number 1 to number 2 to number 3 in a line just like it does now, or was it more even?
I think it was more even, and then from the 80s going forward, I think the audience started aging is what happened. The more you go in time, the less and less, the older and older your consumers getting.
But I mean, if you were starting at 100,000 in the 70s, were you at 100,000 at issue 8, or were you at 5,000 at issue 8 like you are now? You know?
No, you were still in the 100,000s. I know that for a fact because they used to have in the 70s every year they used to publish the distribution numbers.
Yeah.
And they were always really high.
Yeah, but it was returnable comics too, so it was different. It was, how many of those were the covers ripped off and and those thrown into the garbage where you picked them up out of the dump, remember?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's true, but
it was a different model.
I don't think they got fully refunded. I think they got a fraction of what they paid for.
Yeah, like the newsstands. I wondered, because I mean it was the same way with newspapers. The newspapers didn't sell; they'd rip the masthead off and then throw those in the garbage.
I just thought they just threw newspapers away. I knew magazines are a little different.
No, they ripped the masthead off.
Well, magazines usually at like the grocery store now are not even maintained by the grocery store. It's like some other vendor comes in and stocks the magazines and counts them and puts them accordingly. Yeah.
Is that a rack jobber? Is that what they call those people? Rack jobbers?
I have no idea. I just noticed recently I haven't seen any Archie Digest lately.
At any checkouts anywhere?
Yeah, I used to see them all the time, and now I don't see them anymore.
It's a bummer.
Yeah.
Should superhero identities be secret to protect their loved ones, or do they have an obligation to be transparent and accountable to society?
I think they need to protect their loved ones.
Yeah, I think we've had that.
Because the villain's going to just go slaughter everybody you love if they know who you are.
Yeah, I think that happens enough that for sure. Is the portrayal of female characters in comic books improving, or do they still often fall into stereotypical or overly sexualized roles? Ooh.
I think it's improving, but I mean, you can Marvel and DC.
Depends on the publisher.
If I go to Kickstarter, it hasn't improved, but I go there for a reason because I want to read that bad girl stuff sometimes.
Yeah. I guess it depends. I think it varies from publisher to publisher for sure. Should comic book writers and artists be allowed to address real-world political and social issues through their stories, or should comics remain purely escapist entertainment?
Yes to the first one.
Yeah.
And they always have. When people gripe about it, go read some Golden Age. You'll see like all the contemporary issues. All the villains are about like laundering money and all kinds of stuff, like contractors cheating on the way they built the subway and all kinds of political things. And sometimes they'll take a senator. Superman will take a senator to war because he's like, contributing to guns and stuff like that. And he's like, well, I'm going to fly you out to the war front and you're going to see what it's like. So, I mean, it's all in there.
Yeah, it's always been there. And I just think people get a little more offended by it now than they used to. And so it upsets them because if they feel like they're being attacked.
Yeah, go read any decade, Defenders in the 70s. You'll find it everywhere. Name a decade and I'll tell you what comics had it.
Yeah, especially if you're reading Golden Age now, man. You're all the way back there.
I could give you examples in every book almost. They either have current events or they're political. So,
is it acceptable for comic book companies to kill off major characters for shock value, or does it undermine the emotional investment of readers?
It depends on frequency, I think. I think now it's weird because they can resurrect almost anybody. He's easy with either the Lazarus Pit or Krakoa. Like Captain America freaking died and nobody knew. And during that one event, and they brought him back with Krakoa. So I mean, it wasn't just mutants. And now we're experiencing the same thing with Miss Marvel. So
yeah, because it was, yeah. I mean, she didn't stay dead long at all.
Yeah, but I think they were transitioning her to a mutant.
Yeah, does that bother you at all?
In film, like they wanted to do it in entertainment, and they decided to probably do it shallow in the comic book because they wanted her to be a mutant in the film.
It was Terrigen Mist, right, originally?
Yeah, she was Inhuman.
Yeah. So, I don't care. I guess I don't care. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, they tried a lot with the Inhumans, and they just don't take.
Yeah. Since this San Diego Comic-Con is this weekend, have you guys ever gone to this con? I haven't, but I think you have, Mike, right?
I've gone twice, yeah.
Gone twice. What was your favorite part of San Diego Comic-Con?
Probably the floor and the panels, but it was even kind of cool to see at the time celebrities, because like I got to see Halle Berry and Angelina Jolie and a slew of other ones.
Just walking around or like at a Hall H?
No Hall H, but close to them. I mean, definitely saw them.
Very
so
cool.
This year has got to be interesting. Like I've been looking at we saw Kevin Smith, we saw all kinds of stuff. I think it kept Barb more engaged for sure because she's more into that kind of media than she is into the comic books.
Yeah.
So if you go with a spouse, it's easy because they can do what they want.
Yeah, they can go to do the pop culture stuff while you're in Artist Alley.
Yeah, but this year's interesting because of SAG and all the actors being not able to be there, and it seems weird. Like I've been following Bob Bretal, and it's like he's just doing his normal thing. He goes to all the panels and stuff, but he did say that it's like they're wandering around aimlessly because, probably 60% of that con doesn't give a crap about comic books. They care about the media, the video games, the movies, the anime, that kind of stuff, and animations, all kinds of toys, and now they're not seeing it. I mean, they're seeing the toys and the merchandise, but they're not seeing the actors behind anything.
Yeah.
There's no Hall H anymore. Like, where do all those Hall H is like? I don't know if you've seen pictures of it, but it is so big that if you're in the back, a person looks like an ant. Like it's like going to a football game and being on the last row.
Yeah.
And it's what they do for the people that are in the back is they have like these huge monitors or projectors that they project them up close to the people that are in the back. So they have like different tiers of things so you can actually see.
Yeah. Yeah, it does seem pretty massive. But it's kind of, I mean, it's kind of cool, I guess, if that's your thing.
It's stressful, I'll tell you that, because it's too much. San Diego is too much, in my opinion. And if you don't like to plan, you'll get burned. You'll miss everything. Like you have to strategically say, I'm going to need an hour to get into this. It's going to take me half an hour to get over to here and wait in line another half hour. And
I found that out at C2E2 that in C2E2 is like half the size of San Diego, but it's just like, well, you got to know what exclusive is going to drop where and who's going to sign in what booth for how long, and or you can just go hang out in Artist Alley and not worry about anything, which is what I do. But like I missed out like on a lot of stuff because I just didn't plan my time that specifically.
That's why I like Heroes. It's all comics. It's more chill. It's more relaxed. You don't have to worry about missing a panel. Sometimes you'll miss panels that you want to go to because it conflicts with. Sometimes they stack like 3 panels that you want to be at the same time. But other than that, it's pretty relaxing, and you can just kick back, hang out with your. I like that more than the con itself. That's hanging out, and the after hours stuff is way better than the con itself to me.
Yeah, it's like a reunion for you.
Oh hell yeah. It's hanging out with all the geeks that you can that you don't. I don't have any geek friends at home here.
Right.
But when I have them over there, we can talk to 2-3 in the morning and just have a blast, and it's fun going to all the restaurants and enjoying all the different sites. And yeah, I'm not always in a long box or in a panel.
If you haven't been to Comic-Con, is this on your bucket list? I would say it's a half a bucket list, I guess. I mean, I would go to San Diego if I could, if I had the opportunity.
It's worth it. And one of the things I would do is go like a week early, because there's so much to see in San Diego. Like you can go on the water, the zoo. I mean, there's just so much area. The stuff used to be able to walk to the Padres game.
Yeah,
it was awesome. Because back then the Padres were there, now they're not. But you could do so much at San Diego.
Padres are still there, right?
No, I thought they left.
The Chargers left.
No, the Padres left the location.
Oh, they left there too. Okay.
Yeah, they're still around, but they left walking distance from the con.
Okay. Oh, okay. So it's not like Petco Park anymore or whatever.
Yeah, I think they moved.
Is there a con anywhere in the world that you always wanted to go to?
These are Jason questions, aren't they?
Yes, these are Jason questions. Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah. Well, he had done the con stuff. But I thought they changed fields. Yeah, I guess the Padres are still there. You're right.
Yeah, the Chargers moved to Los Angeles.
Yeah. I thought they moved a field. I didn't think they still play at Petco. Okay, gotcha. So you still can walk to a game if you can schedule it right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did. Me and Barb did.
Yeah.
That week that we were there. We did a lot of like submarine tours, boat tours, all kinds of stuff. They have a lot to see.
I would definitely want to go to a London or a Paris or a Rome Comic-Con. I think that would be awesome. To like do international travel and go to a Comic-Con, that would be awesome. So I would say probably London, England, so I wouldn't have to learn a new language. Would be my
I don't know.
my next.
I'm pretty content with just Heroes, because Heroes in Baltimore to me are just ideal for somebody that just loves comics.
Yeah.
So like once you go there, it's like I don't care about the other the movie acting and all the other stuff. I just want to go for comics. Like if I want to go to New York, I don't want to do it for a convention. I'd rather go to hang out with friends and see the sights of New York.
So there is no con left that you haven't been to that you want to go to, is what you're saying. You just want to go to the
Not
ones that you
really.
love.
If I happen to be there, I would go to a con, but I'd rather just go to Heroes every year, and I'm content. Like if I was to go to Hawaii, I wouldn't want to go to a con. I'd want to be on the beach. I'd want to be visiting all the sites and
hanging out with Jason.
Hanging out with Jason. Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to be at a convention. No, I can do the convention thing anywhere.
I see what you're saying. I got it.
I guess I've been to Heroes so many years that I kind of I know my cons. So
yeah,
I know what cons have.
It doesn't get any better than Heroes.
To me, it doesn't.
Yeah, yeah.
I've talked to a lot of like strictly comic book fans that say that, Once
Emerald City, I heard, is close. I heard Emerald City is very close to Heroes. It's the same sensibility. And I heard Baltimore is very close.
Baltimore's layout is very similar to Heroes, except you do see some celebrities there. Not a lot, but we're talking about like 10.
Yeah.
Denver's blew up to be like more like celebrity driven and
Reed Pop.
It started off like a true Comic-Con, because I knew the people that were doing it. It was awesome, and then they sold it, so they made bank. But now it's something very different.
Have you thought of doing a series of episodes to go over each issue of Hey Kids Comics? I think it would be a fun episode of you guys trying to guess the creators. It's a challenge. I would have a tough time doing that. I can pick out like 2 or 3 maybe in this latest volume, and it's tough to figure out who's who based on the different characters. Are you reading that comic still?
I have it. I haven't read it. I've read the first volume.
Your first volume, yeah. Yeah,
I think I would be able to pick out 50% of them.
Yeah, I could in the first volume. I did pretty good on the first volume, but this new volume is a lot of characters, and I really can't tell who some of them are trying to be.
Yeah. Well, I follow Howard Chaykin. I kind of know what his circles were, so.
Yeah. Okay. Might help you.
Yeah, I've followed all his career. Like I own most of his comics from the 80s forward.
Now we've got Eisner's tonight. They're being announced probably right now as we speak.
That's fun, by the way. Going to the Eisners.
Oh, I bet.
That's pretty cool. Because there's no like award show. It's like you're at the Academy Awards, but it's like for comics. And you don't have to be all dressed up, but it's nice. You could just be in shorts and t-shirt and get to witness this. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, that I think would be fun. It would be fun. Although I don't really like the Eisner process. It just doesn't. It seems really weird the way that nominees are nominated and how the voting happens. It seems really, really strange and insular. It's like 20 people that kind of do it, I think.
No, it's more than 20, but it's like the guy. Some of the people that I've known and have been able to vote. like Collected Comics Library, Chris Marshall used to be able to vote for an Eisner.
Was he in the room? Was he in the room when they were like?
No, he used to be able to
discussing?
not go through, like, actually see the nominations and actually vote. They vote. They don't vote at the Eisners. They vote and then they count the totals.
Yeah, I guess it's the nomination process then that I thought was very strange, the way that a small group of people come up with the nominees.
Yeah, and once I learned how it really works, it's less. When I went to the Eisners in 2006, I didn't know how it worked, but now that I know how it works, it's a little more like, it's not as exciting, I guess.
Right.
Because I know who's voting, and I know that the people that are voting don't have to read all of it. So even if there's like 6 books nominated, they might be voting for the things that, oh, I only read 2 of them and I'll pick this one.
Well, it's probably
they can
true
do
of
that.
Oscars too, actually.
No, but I'd really like it if you got to experience, if you were gonna vote, you would take the nominees and just read all of them. Like, if you were a judge, you have to read them all. That's what I would say. Like, you don't have to do every category. You don't have to be like, oh, I have to read every webcomics. But if you're gonna join writer, you better read everything.
Yeah, you shouldn't be able to vote.
I would want to read everything to vote. Like, I don't think it's fair. Like, it's not fair if somebody wins and they didn't. It's because everybody read the Tom King book. It's just not fair to me.
I mean, I don't know if I want to read everything of like best archival collection. I don't want to read Pogo.
Yeah, but the archival collections, maybe you're familiar with, at least look through it, and you could say, man, they really put this hardcover really nice, and the paper stock is, you're looking at quality in archival collection.
Yeah,
and probably rarity. I would like, have I seen this collected many times, or is it something that's done the first time? I mean, that's how I'd be voting for archival collection. But I'd want to look through them. Like, I wouldn't want to not see them. I'd want to like page through it and see, like, how's this thing put together.
Yeah, I think they should take the same model that the Academy Awards adopted, where you can vote in these categories. You don't have to vote in everything. You only vote in these categories, and then these categories you are required to watch the screeners of all the nominated things.
Yeah.
And it's not like you were once nominated for Best Supporting Actress, so you're required to vote on Best Animated Short, which never made any sense. So I agree that they need to revamp.
Still blew my mind that like Jamie Lee Curtis won for that movie. Like, I love Jamie Lee Curtis, don't get me wrong, but I didn't think it was like Academy Award winning material for her to be like a tax auditor in that movie and win.
Yeah, sometimes they're lifetime achievements.
Yeah, I think sometimes they throw it that way, but
yeah, that's what Al Pacino won for Sin of a Woman. He wasn't that great.
That was great.
He wasn't that great in it, but he was great in a lot of stuff, and he should have won before then, right? So you got to give it to him.
I like Sin of a Woman. I thought it was really good.
It was really good. It was a good movie, but I mean, he wasn't acting his ass off compared to like a Godfather or something, right?
I haven't seen Godfather, so I can't judge it.
Oh, Mike. You're a movie guy. You've never seen Godfather.
Yeah, you think I'd want to see it because I've seen like Sopranos and I've seen all the other, crime boss type movies, but
Goodfellas? You watch Goodfellas?
Yeah, I saw Goodfellas.
Okay.
I've seen everything beyond Godfather. Just when Godfather came out,
Well,
that
yeah,
was
it's the
around like
70s.
Superman.
Yeah.
Like I didn't give a crap about that back
Yeah,
then.
it's a
And I
3.5
just
hour
never went
slog.
back.
So
Yeah, I just never went back to watch it. So
yeah, that's cool.
maybe when I retire and have some time, I'll sit down and watch the Godfather movie.
Yeah, unless we all have heart attacks.
But Marlon Brando was Jor-El. He wasn't like
That's true. That's true. Not my Jarrell. Time for a break from our show to pay the bills. Check out beacons.ai/comics fund profit for all the C4 FAP links you could ever need, all in one place. You can provide feedback, listen, support, share, enjoy these. We have our Patreon there. You can buy us a beer or a coffee. You can check out our Instagrams, our Twitters, our Facebooks. Check out our YouTube page. You can email us. You can listen to our podcasts on Patreon, if you're a subscriber, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, on Podbean. We have Google Podcasts on there. We have an Amazon wish list. You want to buy Kyle and I something? Fine. You can do that here. We appreciate it. We have Kyle's RPG podcast listed on there, so you can check out his Dork Day Afternoon offerings. We have Cowabunga links, so you can check out the Cowabunga Deep Discount FOC and pre-order list. Get on that. That's RLCS, so you can check that out as well. And we want to just give you opportunities to say hi, to check out what we're doing, support us if you would like, or just listen. Check out beacons.ai/comics fund profit for all the C4 FAP links you could ever need. Thanks. Back to the show. All right, Mike, let's shoot on over to the Hot 10 and see what kind of hot comics we have this week. Do you want me to read this or you want to read it since you're our guest?
You can do it.
Okay,
you
this is
never
our.
get to read it. What do you mean? Even when you're Kyle usually does it, so
Yeah, Kyle usually does it, and I always offer it to the guest. So that's nice. You're more than welcome to read it, or I'll read it. It doesn't matter to me.
No, you can read it.
All right, this is our good friends over at Comic Book Invest. This is their Hot 10, and number 1 on their Hot 10 list is Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe from Colin Bunn and Dalibor Talajic. 9/8 are up to $475. Raw's around 25. We're around $25 now, 50. People are thinking that Deadpool 3 will be this type of story.
Yeah, they're speculating because of Daredevil and Elektra, and he's gonna slaughter everybody. So,
so this is but I mean, I don't remember the long-term investment potential on books that were, the plot for the movie holding up over time. Of course, first appearances and all the other tried and true things hold up, but something that's just a plot point for the movie, do those hold up over time?
I don't know.
I don't think they do.
I think they have a less of a chance, but
yeah.
I haven't read this, to be fair, but
yeah, that's true. I haven't either.
I should probably bring it up on the app. I don't own this thing, but I should probably bring it up on the app this weekend and read it.
So if you're playing along at home for Stump Mike's collection, we have Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe. That's the first one that he does not own.
No, I don't own a lot of Deadpool. I own his first appearance, but I followed him until he got ridiculous, and then I was like, I didn't want to read the funny stuff.
Yeah.
And now I do again. So it's like, now I'm buying it because I want to read that stuff. But back then I used to like frown upon it. I didn't even used to like Ambush Bug, and now I love it. So it's like, I don't know. The closest I got to liking that kind of humor was She-Hulk, John Byrne's She-Hulk.
Right. Well, Ambush Bug's kind of funny.
It is funny, but back when it came out, I was like, I don't get it. Like now I get it. I'm a different person now than I was then. Now I like just love comics. Like you can throw a bad comic at me and I'll find good stuff to
That's true.
like about it. Yeah.
That's true. Anybody who's been listening to Mike M's Weekly Reads knows that his 5-point scale never goes below a 3.
Yeah, it pretty much doesn't.
Which means he likes it.
Well, I find something in there that's redeemable.
Right.
I enjoy it. Yeah.
All right. Rank 2, we have Wolverine from 1994. Wolverine 88 from 1994. This is Larry Hama and Adam Kubert. CGC 98's up to $600, $525 for the direct non-deluxe. These were around $350 to $400. For those that overpaid the first go around, I guess now's the time to try and break even. At rank 3, we have Harley Quinn screws up the DC.
You know why that book is hot?
Because of that scene that leaked, maybe.
Yeah, well, it's the first. This is the first Wolverine Deadpool fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're kind of on the cover there.
But when you think about it, like, why is that driving the book now when they already had a fight?
It's
in the Wolverine
weird.
movie, yeah.
It's weird the things that certain people pump up and speculate on and hype up. It is weird, and it doesn't take much anymore to drive something up. At rank 3, we have Harley Quinn screws up the DC Universe number 5, the Dave Johnson 1-in-25 variant. This is Frank Thierry and Logan Faerber. It's $50 to $60. I'm not sure why this is hot, but
this is a homage to the Superman Amazing Spider-Man Treasury Edition.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. So that's Superman's there, and Harley Quinn is like, they even did her logo like Amazing Spider-Man. Do you see it?
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. But I have I have that comic right near me. I could send a picture of it to you. And
very nice.
Yeah, I've always wanted this thing and just bought it. When I was a kid, I had a hard time finding these treasury things. I had to like cut out like a order form to get Superman Flash Treasury Edition.
Okay, like in the back of a magazine?
In a comic book, yeah. And I cut out like a square and sent away for it.
That's awesome. There was some great prices on those books back then, man. Oh.
Yeah, I didn't send away for a lot, but I really wanted the Flash versus Superman race and Treasury Edition.
Yeah, that's a classic. At rank 4, we have Brave and the Bold, number 57, Bob Haney and Ramona Fredon. 5 O's at $300, 4 O at $180. A 6.5 at $575, a 7.5 at $650, and an 8.5 went for $1,200. All of these are all-time highs or near all-time highs. And I, the writer of this, is all about the high-grade vintage DC. This is going to be based on a DC movie. That is
Superman Legacy is announced.
With Metamorpho.
Yeah,
it's the one guy from Barry, the bad guy, one of the bad guys from Barry.
I never saw Barry, but I've heard incredible things about it.
First 2 seasons were great.
Isn't Henry Winkler in there?
Yeah, he's amazing. He's amazing. Yeah. The third season, the final season, is kind of weird.
FYI, I'm really enjoying this strike because they stopped putting stuff out, so it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Like I can sit back and like all the stuff I'm making progress on stuff rather than just disregarding it and trying to get the next new thing, you know.
That's true. I heard that that Star Wars Andor season 2 was like 2 weeks from wrapping production when the strike.
I didn't know they were doing an Andor season 2.
Yeah.
I knew about Ahsoka, but I did not know they were doing an Andor.
Yeah. I really liked Andor.
Yeah, it was good. It was very different.
You enjoying Secret Invasion, or have you watched it yet?
Haven't watched it yet. We're watching. What is the thing we're watching now, Barb? Platonic. That's what we're watching. It's got Seth Rogen and the two that were in Neighbors 1 and Neighbors 2. It's got those two actors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's really good. It's on Apple TV.
Yeah, I killed my Apple. I'll have to get it again. I killed it after Ted Lasso.
Well, that's why we jumped on so we could watch the final season of Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
We love Ted Lasso, man.
Yeah, it was great. Did you watch the morning show there or?
No, that's the show I was trying to tell Barb about, but I couldn't remember the name of it.
It's really good, and then they have Severance is really, really good on Apple.
Barb's watching Severance without me.
Oh, it's really good. You're gonna want to watch that. You have to catch up. At rank 5, we have Amazing Spider-Man, and you can now because of the strike. We have Amazing Spider-Man 26, the second print, Gary Frank 1 in 50 variant from 2023. This is almost $100. If you are into death issues of characters who come back to life later, then this is your cup of tea. It's a great Death of Ms. Marvel cover, but she's not really dead. So how much staying power will this have? Don't know.
It is a beautiful cover, though.
Beautiful
Gary Frank
cover.
Is
yeah, he's great.
Really good.
At rank 6, we have Barnstormers #1, the Jenny Frison 1 in 25 variant. Scott Snyder and Tula Lotay book was 40 to 50, now at 60 to 75. Continues to do well.
I'd rather have a Tula Lotay cover over Jenny Frison, personally. I mean, but I'm a Tula Lotay. I love Tula Lotay, so.
I love
this
Jenny
book Frison. Is incredible, by the way.
But her books are her covers are very, very similar.
Yeah, that's why I don't care for Jenny Frison.
But they're very nice. They're just very, very similar.
This book is really good. I read the entire thing. It's really good.
Well, okay, yeah, I haven't read it yet. It's on my stash.
Remember I told you I don't buy them if they're on Comixology because I pay for that. So this is a Comixology. Yeah. Last weekend I read the entire thing. Yeah, it's really good. It takes place like around the Rocketeer time frame, and it's sort of like the Rocketeer, but very different. But they're barnstormers, so he's like a stunt pilot, but he came from a kind of like an insane asylum. And he runs across a girl that is running away from her husband.
Okay.
It's almost like I'm rewatching John Carter, and it's almost like the story for that. But it's really good because Deja Torres is promised to marry some guy, and John Carter kind of has to break up the marriage.
I saw that you did another rewatch of Rocketeer.
Oh God! If it just that movie defines what I like in movies. Like that's my top 10. I just I love the innocence. I love the soundtrack. I love that he's not he's a hero by circumstance. Like he's not choosing to be a hero. He's just in love with his Betty Page.
You said it's on Disney Plus, right? So I gotta watch that.
It's on Disney Plus, and if I were you, I'd go to Amazon after that and watch the Dave Stevens documentary. It's incredible because he died of cancer. Dave Stevens, the creator of Rocketeer.
Okay.
But it is so fascinating because he didn't put a large amount of work out, but his career is just watching the documentary, you'll see it's really good.
Very cool. From Opus Comics, this is another Mike Myers pick. Gene Simmons Dominatrix #1. Joseph Michael Lisner, a 1 in 10 variant from Holly Interlandi, S.L. Gallant, and Maria Keene. This was $15 to $25, is now $35 to $50. There are very few of these available to purchase. Lisner has his fan base, and this one does not appear to be plentiful at the moment. So scarcity. Yeah, scarcity and a fan base.
Looking forward to reading that this weekend. I pulled this on my pile. I'm excited. I'm excited because I love Shannon Gallant. Like I love him as a person and I love him as an artist. He
very
used to
cool.
do G.I. Joe Real American Hero.
Is that his cover? No, this is Michael Lisner.
No, this is Lisner.
Yeah.
But he did the interiors.
At rank 8, we have JSA Secret Files and Origins #1 by Various. Was $5 to $10, is now $20 to $30. This is an up and down book. The first appearance of Kendra Saunders, who is going to be in the new Superman movie.
Yeah.
So there you go, another first appearance. So we're gonna spike
Surprised
this book.
they don't have Mr. Terrific's first appearance too. They have Metamorpho. They announced Mr. Terrific, so
yeah, maybe it'll be on the other list. Superman Lost #5, the Jai Lee 1 in 25 variant by Christopher Priest, Carlo Pagulayan and Jason Paz. This is $30 plus. The cover looks good. And this one definitely stands out. It's got a kind of a glowing white Superman on the cover there. Very neat. At rank 10, we have Elektra official movie adaptation #1, Sean McKeever and Mike Perkins. Was $5. Now it's 15 to 20, and it's moving fast because Jennifer Garner is going to show up and be in Deadpool 3. So it's spiked, which is very.
I kind of like that movie. I liked her as Elektra. I really liked the Daredevil movie too.
I mean, I watched them both once, so
Colin
and it
Farrell
was a long time.
a good bullseye.
Yeah.
My favorite scene is when he's on the airplane and he goes, "Can I have some more peanuts?" And then he kills the old lady with the peanut.
I remember reading it. I remember liking them. I just never read them again. So, in the honorable mention category, we have Night Terrors #1, the Ivan Rice Neon Error variant by Josh Williamson and Giuseppe Camuncoli. $20. All the brown was supposed to be green. Oh, look at that. And it looks like some retailers pulled their copy, so it's not as plentiful as others. But as we heard from Eric on a previous episode, some retailers like Cowabunga might just keep those copies because they paid for them.
Yeah. Put it online and sell it.
Yeah. Then we have Lawbreakers Suspense Stories #10. This is various writers with Stan Campbell doing the cover art. A CGC 7.0 went for $3,400, $1,200 more than an 8.5 sold for just in 2021. It's kind of, I don't know why. It's not an amazing cover, but it's a damsel in distress. It's a stark purple dress, very brightly colored stark purple dress. Sometimes color matters in these type of old books. Is a 10 center, right?
Yep.
So
I'm really becoming fascinated with the Golden Age right now. That's my kick right now.
I am too. I used to ignore Golden Age at every con when I was younger, and because I wanted my Image and my Valiant stuff in the 90s. I didn't care about anything old. And now I look back on it and I can really appreciate the work that went into those books. And
yeah, their artists are really top notch in the Golden Age, I'll tell you that. Yes, it takes you a long time, but if you invest the time, you'll learn a lot of historical things. I mean, it's just incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, those are really cool.
Matter of fact, my favorite Facebook page is the Comic Books The Golden Age. You know, I think I have a great collection, but you know the kid from Lost in Space, Billy Mummy, he's an adult now. He's a grown-ass man, but he posts on there all the time, and his collection is so damn impressive.
Really?
Oh my God, his collection. I spend so much time on that Facebook page just looking at the covers that he posts.
I was on some.
I always think I have this badass collection, and I'm like, God, I'm nobody. It's like there are so many people that just have way better stuff. Like I'm talking about value. They can just we're talking about like $10,000 to $50,000 price tags, and it's just like they're bang. There's another one. It's like holy crap.
I was watching. I used to watch this show called Comic Book Men that was on AMC. It was Kevin Smith's show.
Oh, that was a good show. I watched every episode too.
Yeah, and I didn't finish it. I think I lost AMC somewhere along the line or something. Changed from satellite to cutting the cord or something in there. So I was like, I saw it with one of my streamers, and I was like flipping through some of the episodes I might have missed, and there was an episode where they went to Steve Geppe's house.
Oh, the museum. Well, if you ever been to his museum?
Yeah, his museum of all his collection.
God.
And I was like, okay, this is it. This is the collector's collection. And he just like had, there's an action. It looks like a 10.0.
Oh,
action.
I felt like I was in the Church of Comics when I was there.
Oh my God.
It was fantastic. Like we went there. That's in Baltimore, but it's no longer there. They closed it down, and he donated it to the Smithsonian. But it was an amazing experience because it goes prior to Golden Age. We're talking about Platinum Age.
Yeah, the stuff that he was looking, I was just like, I've never seen that comic before. It's so old, and it looks like it was just printed. It looks like it was just printed.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and I'm like, you know what? There's nothing I could ever do that would be anywhere close to this ever in my entire life. I'm done.
It is, and the way he displayed it was incredible because it went like from age to age, and then it got into like the toys. You would see like these early Shazam toys and like Superman stuff from the club, and it oh god, it was such a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah,
I would spend hours there.
Yeah, I could just stare at those things all day long. And he pulled out the Action 1, and they put gloves on and flipped through it.
Yeah,
flipped through an Action 1.
Yeah,
Christine,
I saw his copy. He didn't open it for me.
But that stuff's amazing.
That's impressive. I've seen two Action 1s. Like I was at Heroes Con where some guy was just at a restaurant. He pulled it out. He was talking to like 5 other people, and one of them was a dealer. And he pulls out like an Action Comics #1, and I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's $1 million book now. Right? Yeah. I mean, that's $1 million book. You just pulled $1 million out of your pocket.
I just pulled it out. Yeah, there's some interesting things that you see at these conventions for sure, and the after hours stuff.
Nuts. All right, let's slide over to Lunar Distribution and take a look at their FOC for items that we need to place our orders by the 23rd. Well, Mike doesn't because he ordered all of this, but the rest of us have to decide what we're going to get and what we're not going to get. And some of the things that pop out to me is this great Dan Mora World's Finest number 18 cover. Just
I like the split.
It's so nice.
Amazing.
Such a nice cover. Dan Mora is so good.
He's fast too. Like he's like old school. He's like old school artist, work mentality. Like
yeah,
you don't see that anymore. But he's pretty incredible.
Jim Lee used to be like that. Like he used to practice. He worked 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day.
Well, he chose to go down the boss path though. That's why. He is pretty fast. I've seen him at San Diego Comic-Con at a drawing panel. He was incredibly fast. He was competing against Sergio Aragonis.
That's awesome.
Like he's not Sergio Aragonis fast, but he is fast. Like I was I was incredibly impressed with how he kept up with classical cartoonists, like Scott Shaw and Kyle Baker. You had Sergio Aragonis, Kyle Baker, Scott Shaw, and Jim Lee. With just in style, Jim Lee's the oddball out,
Right.
And he was keeping up. It was incredibly impressive.
That's a cool panel to go to.
One of the best panels I've ever been to in my life.
That is pretty neat. Yeah.
And even Len Wein was in the audience watching. It was pretty cool because they said, "Look who we have! We have the creator of Wolverine right there." It was an awesome panel.
That's awesome. Over at Harley, we have Harley Quinn Black, White, Redder #2. I've got a Joelle Jones cover, and I don't get a lot of stuff from her, but she's kind of picky, I guess, or doesn't get a lot of work. I don't know what's going on, but you don't see as much stuff from her as we used to. But that's an incredibly detailed cover.
Well, she is doing Titans right now.
Oh, the new Titans?
Oh no, that's not Joelle Jones. That is I always get her confused because Joelle Jones did the thing for Dark Horse with the housewife that murdered people, right?
Lady Killer, yeah.
Lady Killer, yeah.
She had a long run on a Wonder Woman title too, one of the Wonder Woman's girls. Can't remember which one. I didn't read it.
Nicola Scott is doing Titans.
Yeah, she's good. She's good too.
Yeah.
Derek Chu's Hawk Girl #2. Very good. You enjoyed that last Hawk Girl volume, didn't you?
That was Howard Chaykin.
Yeah.
Speaking of Howard Chaykin, I did. It was an odd book, but I liked it. I love Howard Chaykin. He's up there.
Oh yeah, I love Howard Chaykin too.
This Carnal Confessions was a huge disappointment. You have those gorgeous covers. It's not a comic book. It's prose.
Oh, no way.
Yes, way. I was
That's
so disappointed.
Cool. That's not fair. That's a bait and switch.
It is. I immediately canceled it.
Night Terrors Catwoman #2 finishes out that volume, and there's some great covers there.
There's that neon one too that's hot, but it's not an error.
Yeah. Nightwing's second issue for its Night Terrors with a Matina. Punchline finishes up. Those are pretty nice. Superman finishes up.
Yeah, I just got the Superman and Nightwing this week.
Have you read any of the Night Terrors yet?
I've read the first weeks, but I gotta start marshaling through the second and third.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too.
Fourth week.
I read that first week about 7 titles. Pretty good.
Yeah. And then you get Night Terrors Wonder Woman.
Pop Scars finishes up with its 6th issue. Superboy, the Man of Tomorrow. You really liked this one, didn't you?
It's fun, but you have to be a Superboy fan.
I gotcha.
Because you'd have to have read his 90s series to, I think, appreciate it.
I did not.
Because it's Connor, and he's a clone. He's half Luthor, half Superman, and he's in space with the Cometeers, and they're also clones. So the Dominators made them, and so if you're a fan of Invasion and all the aliens in space, you'll probably dig it.
Yeah, that does not sound like my cup of tea.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it to you. But I would recommend it to a Superboy or Superman fan,
For real. Let's see what Image has to offer over at previewsworld.com with their FOCs. We're looking at the second issue of Antarctica.
I haven't read the first one yet.
No,
Still got to read that one.
Yeah. Collecting Nightclub. Did I finish Nightclub? Thought I did.
I need 2 more issues to read. It was good, and it was only $1.99.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was good too.
Awesome.
Let's see. Something Epic is doing a homage to Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark. That's very nice. And is that Rambo? The other one for Something Epic number 4? Or First Blood?
I like the new Indiana Jones. I thought it was good.
Oh, I gotta see it. I haven't made it yet. The Call is our new number 1 from Kelly Thompson and Madia DeLuise. And I'm sure this was originally a Substack or Comixology, maybe?
I don't think so. I think Comixology is going directly to Dark Horse. I haven't seen one go to Image yet.
Oh,
But I've seen a lot of the other ones. You mentioned something else. The
Substack.
Substack, yeah.
I thought she had a Substack going, but maybe not.
Substack has been going to. Substack's kind of like a free for all. It's like the writers decide where to go. But I think Comixology has like some agreement with Amazon.
With Dark Horse?
Yeah, with Dark Horse.
That's cool. I mean, that's good for Dark Horse. That makes
wow, look at that. Void Rivals number 1, 3rd printing.
Yeah.
They're doing another 2nd printing.
Yeah, for the issue
number
2
2 2nd printing.
Yeah. 2's the 2nd print already. That was instant sellout, and 3 is on its way. I enjoyed that first issue a whole bunch, so I'm hoping the second issue.
Yeah, it was really, really good. Reminded me of Enemy Mine, the movie.
Oh, wow. Wow, when was that?
That was a long time. It was Dennis Quaid and Louis Gossett Jr.
I remember Enemy Mine. Yeah, vaguely.
But do you remember Louis Gossett played the alien and Quaid played the human, and they were landed on a planet together? Yeah. And they were enemies, and they formed an alliance.
That's right. Okay, I see it now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's an old movie, man.
Yeah, it is.
That's cool. Boom gives us Dune House Harkonnen. I've got to watch the Dunes. I've just
Yeah, the new one's coming out next year, I think, isn't it?
I thought it was out now. Like this summer, right?
It might be.
Yeah, because Max still has the first one that I haven't been able to get through yet. I started it and then got sidetracked and never went back to it.
I was never a Dune fan because
you never get through the book.
I tried the book and I couldn't get through it, and then I watched the movie, and the movie was so dry. To me,
the new one,
no, the old one.
Yeah, the old one. Yeah,
I enjoyed the new one, but it is still slow as molasses. Like
it is so slow.
I mean, it's more like a space opera political thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
To me.
Yeah, people that like it love it, but
oh my God, I know I have so many friends that just think that was the best movie ever too, like because it was so close to the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Down in Marvel, we're looking at Amazing Spider-Man 32. I've been loving Amazing Spider-Man. What they've been doing. It's just been really inventive and fun, and has a lot of life to it. Going a lot of different directions.
Yeah, you never know what you're gonna get. It moves a lot.
It feels like when like Zeb Wells was like when Scott Snyder got Batman, he was like, I don't know if I'm ever gonna get Batman again. I'm gonna do everything I ever wanted to do with Batman because who knows how long this ride's gonna last.
It
Yeah.
reminds me a lot of the Howard Mackie Amazing Spider-Man, Peter Parker's Spider-Man, because back then when they renumbered Amazing Spider-Man, Howard Mackie was writing both books, and John Byrne was drawing Amazing, and JR was drawing Peter Parker.
Oh, okay.
And it just the way it's paced, it just feels a lot like that. It's pretty neat. That's why I like it.
That was a weird, like that was so weird back then because it was like 50 issues that were renumbered, and then it started up again at the legacy number after that.
I think it was volume 2 of Amazing Spider-Man. Like it was when they first relaunched it.
And then like,
and that's also they stopped Peter Parker Spectacular and made it Peter Parker Spider-Man.
And back then it was just so striking and strange and weird that they did that, and now it's every 6 months. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, Fantastic Four gets an annual. Still loving that book.
I need to catch up on that.
Jane Grey gets a miniseries. Jean Grey, I think I said Jane Grey. Another Miss Minutes cover. God. What are these? I mean, Loki was a while ago. What are we still doing? Loki 2's coming out, right?
I never got the appeal of the Miss Minutes.
What? I mean, like a one episode, and it was like a little clever little throwback commercial type thing, right? And that, I don't know, they really embraced it.
Yeah, I wasn't too big of a fan of the Loki show.
It was okay, yeah.
I mean, I watched it and I enjoyed it, but I don't think I'd ever watch it again.
It's this year, right? The season 2?
Yeah, I thought so, but they have that actor that plays Kang in a lot of I don't know what's going to happen with him because of all the stuff was accused of.
Yeah.
Supposedly found innocent, but who knows?
Yeah. Moon Knight City of the Dead, 2 of 5. The Rose
Did you see that new Moon Knight that came out? How thick it was? Woof.
Yeah, 80-page giant, man.
It's a beast.
Yeah, that was a lot of Moon Knight. Even for me. I don't know about this Rose Bash. It's okay. I'm not sure I love her anatomy. Planet of the Apes, I'm behind on that. I only read the first issue. Love that Dr. Aphra throwback homage.
Oh, yeah.
I know they go to the well a lot on those, but I really enjoy those.
Yeah, that would be a nice one to have. I just get the standard cover with that one, but that would be if you're investing something, that would probably be a good one to have.
Oh, Venom hit 25, so it's $8.
Really cool cover. That's a Doctor Doom, isn't it?
There's a bunch of cool covers, yeah.
It's like the venom spores coming out of every orifice.
Dynamite gets us some Betty Page, your girl.
Yeah, that's another thing that you'll find out with the Dave Stevens. The main actress is modeled after Betty Page, but the part I didn't know is he actually befriended Betty Page in her late years and would like go and buy her groceries and take her places and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yeah, it's very fascinating.
That's cool. Wonder if she'll still had a great set of cans.
I don't know. She was a very beautiful woman, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Disney villains Hades, #1. Maleficent hits issue 4. Kong Great War issue 3. Red Sonja at 2.
Just got issue 1 in my shipment.
No time to read yet.
Not yet. I've been trying to do like this thing. So far I've done okay, but I'm just trying to read 2 books a night, but I find myself so exhausted on the work nights. Like I've been working like near 10-hour days, and then I come home and I'm just like, I just wanna like eat and go to sleep.
I had to break Moon Knight 25 into 2 nights.
Yeah.
I fell asleep.
But this week I've actually sort of done it, like 2 books a night. Because usually I do like a marathon on Saturdays.
Yeah.
And then read a few more on Sunday. But I've been trying to do 2 books a night, and so far it's working. I'm trying to make that a goal and spend less time on social media.
Yeah, I try to do 2 to 3 a night, but like lately, sometimes the workday just soaks it out of me. So even if I go to bed like at 8:30 or something, thinking I can read an extra 2 comics, I'll still like want to nod off and go to sleep.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I mean, getting old sucks. It really does, because work really, as you get older, your work really drains you, like it.
Yeah.
Mentally and physically.
Mike, there were days when I was in my 20s where I would get off work, go home, not even go home, go to a party. This was like college era, drink, party, sometimes watch the sun come up.
Yep.
Get more beer, make sure we sobered up, but then go to work.
With a couple hours of sleep.
If
like
that.
2 hours, if that. Yeah.
If that. And that was something that didn't happen like once a year. That was pretty regular, like once a week that might happen.
And you had the energy to like work like a 12-hour shift. Like back then I was working 12 hours a shift.
Yeah.
And I would come home, eat, and then sometimes go to my friends and play Madden until like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And then sleep 2 hours and then head up to work.
Yeah. I get home from work. I get home from work now, and my wife's like, "Do you want to go over to?" No, I'm in. I'm home. Where it's work. It's a work night. I'm not leaving.
Yeah. What I did this week is I came home. We ate really late, like 7:00, and then we'd watch one of those episodes, Platonic, and then I would read, and then I would pass out. So that was my week.
That's the week.
And sometimes I have to like read something light, like Dennis the Menace or something like that, because I just know I won't make it through something heavy.
Yeah,
so
it'll be a Scooby-Doo mystery night or something. I'm like, oh, there's no way I can do this. I can't do this shaken tonight. I got to pay too close of attention.
Yeah, there's no way in hell I would read Hey Kids comics on a work night. No way.
No, I need to be
There's too
bright-eyed.
much to look at. Yeah, that'd be like a first thing in the Saturday morning to read.
Yeah, get your notebook out.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's what happens when you age.
Yes. We got Bloody Parts #1. This is American Mythology Productions from Constantine Paradis. This looks like an interesting thing. This Quinn is addicted to prosthetics, so he wants to change himself.
If I ordered that. I might have.
You probably did.
Yeah, don't like the way they advertise, because American Mythology got to be on your toes, because they put a bunch of old stuff in their solicits too. Yeah.
I think I dated the girl on the cover of Creature Girls number the volume 8.
Which one? Creature Girls?
Creature Girls, yeah.
Oh, the one that's oh wow.
Yeah. I think
That
I
looks
went
like
out
a
with her.
manga girl there.
I think I went out with her once. She was fun.
That's a lot to handle. That's for sure.
These are My Little Pony.
Got to start reading these feeders. Haven't jumped on that yet.
Oh, okay. That's Sumerian. That used to be which
Behemoth.
Behemoth, yeah.
Matter of fact, I still file, even though they're Sumerian, I still file them under Behemoth, because
Okay.
I didn't want to break, like, it switched midstream
So you're
on
alphabetical
some
by
of the
publisher.
titles. Yeah, but
Okay.
I broke the rule with Behemoth, because to me it's the same company, and they like switched midstream on some titles. So like it went, you would be on issue 4 on one, and then 5 was Sumerian. So it was like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna file it all with Behemoth.
That gets to, yeah, you're right. That gets to
It's
stay.
like,
Who did Oni buy like that not that long ago? Like Oni Press bought someone. Archaea, was that right?
no, Boom owns Archaea. They own Lion Forge, Zoni.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I don't know what happened. Oni kind of went through that firing and restructuring. They exploded, and then they imploded.
Yeah.
And I still don't know what their identity is now, because the 6th gun I see now is Lion Forge, but it's a Kickstarter, so I don't like understand what they're doing.
Yeah. There's a couple of publishers like that. Like, I'm not really sure, they're kind of directionless.
Yeah, but Oni is like all over the place. Like you can't even pick a theme and say that's what it is. I mean, the only thing that they've been consistent with is the Rick and Morty. That's it. Everything is all over. Like I don't even know what their identity is. Like Vault and Scout are very similar.
So similar, yeah.
Yeah, I can barely tell the difference in terms of like what their model is.
They should merge.
Yeah, I would.
Now, the publisher Massive, has a
used to be Whatnot. They changed their name, sort of.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't realize they were the same. But it's Sean Gordon Murphy doing the writing and the art for Plot Holes #1.
That's right.
That's pretty sweet that he's not taking this to Image.
It looks pretty good. It looks pretty good.
So they must have dangled some money in front of him. I can't understand why he wouldn't do this at Image.
Yeah, did you hear about their fiasco with Heavy Metal too? Because Whatnot, it solicited Heavy Metal 1 and 2. That whole deal fell through.
Maybe Kirkman will buy it.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe.
Since he bought Hasbro, maybe he'll buy Heavy Metal too.
Well, they pay. Like, I don't understand why it fell through. It sounded like it was Heavy Metal's fault, because Whatnot paid for like the last 2 magazines even to get published under Heavy Metal, like just to finish the magazine off so they can relaunch it. And then they actually paid creators to do issues 1 and 2. I found this out from Kevin Van Hook, because he's a friend of mine on Facebook, and he wrote one of the stories for Heavy Metal #1. And he said, yeah, I got paid, but I don't know if it'll ever see the light of day now. So it's so weird.
It's just really strange.
Yeah.
Really strange.
These pop scars I want to jump on too, because that's Sumerian. But these covers for pop scars are just amazing. Like, I like them a lot.
Yeah.
Here's our Rick and Morty.
Look
Sonic
at
the Hedgehog has been big.
that cover C for Pop Scars, where he's cleaving that guy's head in half. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Stranger Things.
Another Stranger Things? Oh, that's 3.
The Outer Spaceman from American mythology. They're a weird company because this is the Apex, which is like their superhero line.
Yeah,
I got their first issue, but that one's Tom DeFalco and Ron Frenz that did it, and they're like 2 of my favorite creators.
Very cool.
So, yeah, I gotta jump on that one.
You have a lot of favorite creators, though.
I do, but I really
love comics.
Like,
if you love
Tom
comics,
DeFalco
I like a lot of creators because I like a lot of comics.
Yeah.
How do you not like creators? How do you not like somebody who makes comics for a living? And I mean, most of them are pretty cool people if you've ever met them at a con. So almost all of them are pretty nice.
Yeah, very interesting for sure.
All right, Mike, this is time to pick our FOC.
Are you gonna let me go first?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Of course.
All right, I'm gonna do the Star Wars Dr. Aphra Salvador LaRocca homage cover.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
I am on the fence between the Call and Plot Holes. I think I'm gonna go with the Call. The Image book by Kelly Thompson. I think that will be my pick. All right, now it's time to head on over to our good friends at Cover Price for their top 20. Mike, would you like to take the top 10?
The link that you send me only has the top 10, so.
Okay, well you're definitely taking the top 10.
Why don't I take the bottom 10? Because I have both of them. Do you have both of them?
I have both of them.
Okay.
I have both of them. I just gave you the top.
I'll take the
I
top 10.
assumed you would take it.
All right, I'll do it. Top 10. We got Marvel Comics Presents number 95. This was a dollar book.
Oh, cool.
But it's the first time that Wolverine sported his yellow costume, and they tracked 88 copies sold. That's a lot. See, that's worthy to be trended.
Yes,
I think
that is
a 7-day trend of 150% with a high sale of $65 for a 9.6 and a raw going for 6. So it's still really affordable. That's almost double the cost of a comic.
Yeah.
We have at number 2, we already talked about this one. This is the JSA Secret Files and Origins. So we got the redundancy of the first appearance of the Kendra's first Hawk Girl. So I'm not going to beat that one to death because we already talked about it. Wolverine 88, we already talked about. It's the deluxe edition. This is the Deadpool 3, the first fight between Wolverine and Deadpool. So that was also on the previous list. So was this one, The Brave and the Bold, number 57. This is the first appearance of Metamorpho. They've announced the actor that's probably going to be in that Superman movie. There's also speculation that there might be the Terrifics in that Superman movie. So the Terrifics were Metamorpho, Plastic Man, and a few others, but we'll see. Number 5 is Green Lantern number 59. This is another Superman Legacy James Gunn thing because they announced Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner, and this one has 33 copies sold.
I think that's great casting.
Yeah, I
can see that.
I can see it. 7-day trend of 159% with a high sale of 1,350 for a CGC 9.2. Glad I bought this for like $20 a few years ago. Night Terrors #1, Ivan Rice, Darkest Hour, Neon Ink, Air. We've already talked about that one too, so I'm not going to beat that one to death. Extreme Venomverse #4, the Takashi Okazaki 1 in 25. What's going on with this one? If we didn't receive so much information regarding the future of the DCU recently, this book may have held the top spot since its release. Fans have been all about its highly rated series. This is one I've stood out for too. And I'm buying Venom too, and I was like, I don't want to jump in on this thing. But this is a ratio variant, so I'm not going to spend $30 for this. But it says we track 30 copies at a 7-day trend of 125% with a high sale of $205 for a raw copy. That's not a joke right there.
Uh-huh.
And
that's a good 1 in 25 investment.
Yeah, that is a really good one. That's way better than we usually see, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hulk #1, the 2008. This the last time we featured this book. The fans were tearing apart behind the scenes of Harrison Ford. Oh, this is because of the Red Hulk.
Yeah.
And Harrison Ford playing the Thunderbolt Ross.
I don't think he's gonna be able to do that. He's too old.
Well, with CGI, it could do anything, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Go watch Indiana Jones, and you'll see. But because they de-age him.
Yeah, but they still walk the same. They still walk like old men.
No, but this movie features like back in the wartime.
Yeah.
And then it flashes forward, and then he's old and crotchety.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So we got the Terrifics #1, and James Gunn on Twitter mentioned these guys, and we talked about members Mr. Terrific and Metamorpho in Superman Legacy. So that would be awesome if they showed Plastic Man, because I am a Plastic Man nut.
Oh, you would lose it. You would lose it.
I would lose my shit. I really would.
What if they did not only did Plastic Man, but they did the relationship with his wife, the one that made you cry when remember that?
No, that's Elongated Man.
Oh, that's Elongated Man. Oh,
yeah, damn. That is when Gene Loring murdered his wife in Identity Crisis. I still cry when I reread that.
Yeah,
that's incredible, because she was gonna tell him
that
she was pregnant and they couldn't have a kid. I'm like, oh my God! And then they murdered her.
Mike, you will see that on the screen someday.
I'm gonna start crying now.
That story will be portrayed for you on the screen someday. I promise.
Well, I've always loved Plastic Man though, because he's got Woozy, that fat guy that always hangs out with him, and I used to watch that cartoon, Baby Plaz cartoon.
Yeah.
Adventure Hour. We got an Infinite Crisis, the Jim Lee regular. James Gunn confirmed that Blue Beetle is now part of the new rebooted DC proper. That's kind of interesting, because who knows what this movie's going to do. It seems like almost 80% of the new comic book movies are failing. It even seems like, what is that big series that already hit, like the 10th movie? It's that seemed to flop. The racing one with the cars. I can't even think of what it is.
Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious. That burned that light didn't burn bright at the box office. And Indiana Jones, for Christ's sake, failed.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what's gonna. Well, I guess Mission Impossible's doing okay.
Barbie and Oppenheimer are doing well.
It just seems that a lot of things they think are going to strike or not. And I don't know how they're going to take Blue Beetle, but it should be interesting. I still think Blue Beetle is Ted Kord, but he's not even the first Blue Beetle. Dan Garrett is the first Blue Beetle.
I think comic book movies have been replaced with nostalgia movies.
I think so, because of Top Gun. Like,
yeah,
I really think
Top Gun, Barbie,
I think people are serving
Super Mario.
Yeah, like a burnout. Like I really do, and they want something different, right? That's what I think's happening. But
we didn't have to wait long enough for anything, you know. They just started coming out
yeah,
so fast, and it was like you actually had to choose which
well,
one to go to.
they need to make us hungry again. I
Yeah,
think
yeah, yeah.
they need to
Or
starve us for a while.
I mean, I think Gunn. I think he has the vision to
Oh,
do
he's gonna
something
have
that
the emotional tap. I really do with Superman. I
to
really do.
build. I think he can build to something like an Infinity Gauntlet, but I don't know that the audience will be there to see it. I mean, I think he'll execute the stuff well. I just don't think the audience is ready for another one.
I hope so, because I just want Superman to be in the limelight since the 70s. You know, I want him back as like a top hero in film.
I really liked Batman v Superman though.
I did too. Like
I thought it was great.
I thought Cavill was a great Superman.
He was
like,
a great. I don't want
good.
him. I didn't want him recast. I thought he was great.
No, I think he should have ran with it, and I think the way they did the multiverse, they could have they could have picked and choose who they want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They could have just said, okay, this world merged with this, or and they can make it with the multiverse. You can do anything you want.
Yeah.
You can get away with murder, and people the general audience understands the multiverse now because of like Into the Spider-Verse and Flash and everything else.
My turn. 11, Spectre number 54, another Mr. Terrific.
Yeah.
So I don't know what
that was definitely a dollar book though.
This is his first appearance. Only 12 copies sold. Near mint's around $93. 9.8 goes for a high sale of $1,000.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. Just in the previous top 10. Remember where I said Mr. Terrific, and then there it is.
Yeah, Spectre. I didn't realize that's where his first appearance was.
That's a lot. 93. This book was like literally you could get on my comic shop for like $2.99 not too long ago.
At rank 12, we have Spider-Man number 7, the top secret spoiler by Humberto Ramos. This is Spider-Boy still. 34 additional copies of Spider-Boy moved. I thought everybody had one that wanted one. High sale of $125 for a 9.8. Raw is around $33. At rank 13, we have Wolverine 88. We talked about that already. That's Deadpool Wolverine fight. High sale of $525 for CGC 9.8. Raw is around $75. At rank 14, we have Spider-Man 2099 number 1 from 1992. Plenty of those out there in the wild. 53 of these moved. $133 for a CGC 9.8. Raw is around $20. Big drop in 2099. Rank 15, we have Amazing Spider-Man 300. I don't know who this is. Oh, it's that Venom kid. Yeah, that might have some value at some point. High sale of $3,600 for a CGC.
Should have held on to that one, huh?
Raws for around $567, slightly more than I got out of mine.
Yeah, that guy probably slabbed it and sold it for $1,000.
That guy probably, has a yacht right now. At rank 16, we have Ultimate Fallout 4, the Miles Morales first appearance, up to $1,850 for a CGC 9.8. And Raws are going for about $550. 24 of these moved. At rank 17, we have Amazing Spider-Man 17, Ed McGuinness 1 in 25. Rec Rap?
Yeah, he's that muscular looking monster Spider-Man.
Yeah, I remember barely.
He almost looks like a Venom, but he looks more like a cross between Venom and the Beast in a Spider-Man costume.
we think that what do we think this is a cameo? This is a cameo to lead in a large story.
They're banking on his visual because he's like visually cool looking that they'll put him in the next Spider-Verse, I bet.
I gotcha. 17 copies sold, a high sale of $60 for a CGC 9.8, and near mint's around $24. Venom 2099 #1 from 2019. There's rumors about a Venom 3 movie. This first appearance of Aaliyah Bell as the second Venom 2099. This also has rumors about Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man and Null. So this is an issue that's gaining a lot of interest. 19 copies moved, high sale of $60 for a 9.6, current value around $17. Image 30th anniversary anthology #8.
Yeah, this one's interesting.
Yeah, the World Tree was in this one. So they track 16 copies. The high sale of $358.95 for a CGC 9.9, and Raw's around $32. So I knew you buy enough of these Image anniversary anthologies, you'd hit, but you had to do 8 to get it.
Yeah, and I don't like that one as much as some of the other anthologies. Like, I haven't finished it yet, but
no, I haven't either.
I have them all. It's just that I have other anthologies I like a lot more.
Yeah. And finishing out the top 20 is Elektra the movie. We talked about that earlier. They're saying 16 copies moved. High sale of $22 for a Raw. All right. Now, what's people paid to see? Sneak peek at next week. What is coming up? Let's start with what's coming out from DC on Tuesday, the 25th.
DC on Tuesday. Okay.
Look at that Batman Audio Adventures #7, Michael Aldred. Batman inside of a croc's mouth. That's awesome cartooning. I love that.
Oh, that is cool. I like it.
Children of the Comet. It's a Sumerian book.
There's a Charm City #1 from Scout.
Oh, okay, yeah. Missed that one.
Children of the Comet. Who does that? Sumerian?
They're also Sumerian, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what else we have. Night Terrors #2, the main series. They sure are putting a lot on these neon ink covers, aren't they?
Yeah, they're trying to replicate the lenticular craze, right? Trying to repeat that again.
It looks like Sandman's coming into this one. Like the Wesley Dodds Sandman.
Oh, okay. Yeah, some of these I'm gonna probably skip. I'm probably not gonna read Angel Breaker. It's just I'm gonna start picking and choosing, I think.
Angel Breaker's probably a first appearance, isn't it? I haven't seen her.
Oh, really? Yeah, break out new character. Maybe I should.
Well, you're a speculator. You got to take the risk, right?
Yep. It's in the bylaws.
I mean, well, you never know. There might be an Angel Breaker announcement.
Yeah. But you know what? It sounded so familiar, like all those James Tynion invented Batman.
It does sound like a Tynion Batman.
And I was just like, I was just like, oh, I don't want to read any more of those.
Yeah.
Gotta read the fine print. Harley Quinn.
Here's your Jenny Frison Harley Quinn #1 cover B.
It's actually pretty nice. That's a pretty nice Harley Quinn. I like it a lot. But again, you really only need so many Jenny Frison covers. Of course, I say that, and then I see Gilliam March, and I'm like, I'll take every Gilliam March that exists.
I love Gilliam March, but this is just a cover gallery of Poison Ivy.
Oh, is that all it is? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But there were some great covers on this series. So
yes, there are.
It might be a nice
if you like that kind of thing,
they're nice to flip through, I think. Especially if you miss some of the ratios or whatever, and you can look up close at them. They're nice.
We got Ribbon Queen from AWA. This is Garth Ennis and Jason Burrows. Jason Burrows was an Avatar guy.
He was my boy too.
Yeah.
I really liked. I mean, these guys were. They did some great Avatar stuff. They did some Cursed, didn't they? Ennis and Burrows together.
Yeah, they did.
Oh man, that was such a good
Crossed.
series. Crossed. Did I say Cursed?
Yeah.
Crossed was so good. I loved it.
I wish Avatar would come back. It's so weird.
We could probably buy it. You and I could probably go to our couch cushions and chip in enough to buy Avatar.
Because Avatar, like writer-wise and artist-wise, was awesome. Like they had Warren Ellis, they had Alan Moore, they had like Garth Ennis. Yeah. They had big writers. Yes, they're adult comics, but
great series too.
They were a great series, and then the artists were all European, and they were just killing it.
Mm-hmm.
It was so good.
So good. I miss them. And that introduced me to Boundless and some of the wonders of Boundless too.
I don't think this book is going to be like a good investment, but it's going to be a good read. Superman, The Last Days of Lex Luthor. The concept of that is Lex Luthor's dying.
Yeah.
And ask for Superman to help him, but at the same time, Lex Luthor wants to kill him. So
yeah,
it should be interesting.
Trakovi #1. This is Adrian Kalarick book and he was on the interview episode with Jason a couple weeks ago. Friend of the show. Good dude. Check out Trakovi. Do a better job of pronouncing it. Batman Beyond Neo Gothic. That's a character I never got into. You a Batman Beyond guy?
Yeah, not too much. I mean, I read it, but I'm not like, oh, because he's generated the cartoon, right? He came from the cartoon, and I didn't watch the cartoon, so.
Yeah, I read a little bit of it, and I'm just like, not for me. All right, let's slide on over and see what Image has to offer.
For July 26th.
For Wednesday. The true day of new comics. Dang it. I thought that was Battle Chasers #1. It's actually 11.
Yeah, continued the numbering, though. It just relaunched.
Yeah.
They have 2 books underneath there. This book was hot back in the day because Joe Mad was doing it, and I think he went into video games and kind of dropped the book, but it was popular for a while.
So Mark Millar and Pepe Larraz are going to give us Big Game, combining Kick-Ass, Kingsman, Nemesis, Magic Order, all the Miller World franchises in one special event. So Kyle said Huck better be in here, so we'll see. Part of me doesn't want to read this, part of me does. So I'm not sure.
I want to read it. I like his properties for sure.
I only like about
Especially
half of them.
Kick-Ass. I like his stuff just in general. I like his movies too. I like Kingsman. I like Hit Girl and Kick-Ass. And
what was the show that got canceled? I really enjoyed. Well, most of his get canceled, but the superhero
Jupiter's
team.
Legacy.
Yeah, that was so good.
It was interesting for sure. It was. Yeah. I think it. The concept of it, like, it took place in the 20s, or I can't remember it. Like, I think the concept was a rough sell to the general population, but I think the people that wanted it enjoyed it, you know? Like, just because it offered something different. That's why I liked it.
Well, that and Why, The Last Man, and Paper Girls, and all those properties came to the streaming services around the same time, and it just didn't make it, man.
I haven't seen Paper Girls, but me and my wife did watch every episode of Why.
Well, Paper Girls is way better.
I liked Why. I get why they changed what they did. I don't think it took very well, but
way too slow, I thought.
I thought it was all right.
Yeah. I think Paper Girls is much better executed.
I'm an easy kill for entertainment. Don't listen to me.
That's true. You're not gonna be tough on it.
I come home from work, I'm tired. Anything is like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah. It ain't code. At least it ain't code, right?
It ain't code. I get to escape into whatever I'm watching, and
click, click, boom.
That was really good.
I didn't read that first one.
Oh my God.
I gotta check that out.
Do you know the concept of this?
No.
It's kind of like she's mute. She can't talk. So she communicates via a Polaroid camera. That's how she takes this. And she's going after a company because they sort of killed like the guy who took care of her, like her mentor. It is fascinating. And then there's like a podcaster that's uncovering a lot of the truths of this company, and it is really good. I liked it a lot.
For our Generation Z listeners, Polaroid camera was something that you had before your phone.
They still have them, by the way. You can go to Target. The reason I know this is because I had to buy a memory, those memory things for a video recorder.
SD cards.
I had to go buy one of those, and I was like, wow, they still sell Polaroids?
Yeah, they're a little smaller now. Like they do the small Polaroids. New Burn #9 is out. Can't wait for that.
Highly recommend Lovesick. It's a trade paperback. That was so good.
It's twisted.
It's twisted, but it is sexual. It's weird. It's dark web type content, but it is just fascinating.
Yeah.
It's like a fascinating love story between a cannibal and a dominatrix. It's crazy.
Per Evil #1, Mirka Andolfo and Laura Braga together.
Yeah, I think this was the road trip one. This is going to be an interesting one, I think.
There's Scrapper #1. This was, I believe, Kyle's pick during FOC last week, because it's Cliffy B, the Gears of War game designer, and Alex DeCampi working together. Should be pretty good. There's that Void Rivals 2 that is already sold out and then going into a second print.
So these look like they're a week off to me. Like these books are already out.
Did we not go far enough?
No, we did, according to date, because we're on the 21st and this says the 26th. It just looks odd to me because I saw all these books.
Well, did you see them during FOC though?
No, I got them all in my shipment.
Well, they broke street date, possibly.
I don't think so. They're tight with the street date.
Let me go up and see if it's. Well, I don't.
But like
I think,
I have time after time. I have Void Rivals. I have Radiant Black. I don't think I got Pure Evil.
do you got Geppy's phone number? Can you give him a call? Tell him if
I don't know what's happening.
He's got the most current comics up here.
I don't know what's happening, but
Well, see this Boom though. I don't recognize this Alice Never After.
That hasn't come out. I'm just talking about the Image ones. Maybe they're doing something weird with the Image because of the.
They lost them. They don't.
No, wait. That's what's happening. Because DCBS is Lunar, and they can distribute stuff now.
So this is last week's, and they're like, we're not updating Image anymore.
I bet you Lunar's getting it first, and Diamond is getting it second.
That's not true because PRH gets Marvel first, but you still see the new one.
I actually think it's different with Image. Because I think Lunar is like exclusive. They're exclusive with Lunar, but they're going to distribute through Diamond as well.
But it's the same as the Marvel deal.
No, but I'm just saying the street date is probably. I think something's off because I have the Image books.
Okay.
What I don't have is the Boom. Like all the other stuff that you're talking about, I don't.
Right. Let me see. Let me go backwards. A week.
I ordered.
Hold on, listeners, while we play around on the website here for a second. If I go back to the previous week, July 19th, and look at Image, you're right. It's the same.
Something's wrong.
It's the same books
for Image.
Yeah. So, can I go to Lunar? And what if Lunar is
No, I think you uncovered a Diamond faux pas right now, because I don't think the Lunar thing switches till September.
I didn't uncover shit. I was asleep, just going, yeah, this is new.
Yeah, this is the same stuff. Yeah, I'm just saying.
You uncovered it. I'm on Lunar though. I mean, I see their catalog, but I don't see a way to see just Lunar.
No, I think
Image
Diamond books. They didn't update it. But they did update. They did update Boom. Like I can guarantee.
That's new.
I didn't get Berserker or Alice Never After. Or
do you think
Creed? I subscribed to Creed.
Do you think?
I have number 1, but not number 2.
Do you think that Image did a week off so they could transition to Lunar?
They could have done something weird like that.
And so nothing's changed. So they, instead of taking off all the Image, they just left the old stuff on.
Yeah, because there are some Image that I didn't get that I subscribed to, because I didn't get Old Dog, and I didn't get Pure Evil. But I did get like Nocturna.
What the hell?
I didn't get Nightclub, and I subscribed to that, number 6. So I think this is just a messed up list.
Yeah, somebody's asleep at the wheel.
Yeah. Because Indigo Children wasn't in my shipment, but Impact Winter was. So yeah, there's something weird going on.
Yeah.
So listeners are probably saying, "You're talking about books that I already have this week."
Yeah. Well, and I was ready to fight you. I'm like, no, these are all new. So,
well, you were saying that maybe they shipped me stuff.
I said they broke street date.
Yeah.
Lunar broke street date, and
no,
your comic company did.
Because the other week has them too.
Berserker Poetry of Madness.
Are we still listing Keanu Reeves on here with Scrochi?
No, this is Scrochi only.
No, he's still on here.
Well, just as
story by credit.
I don't even know if it's story by.
Just a dude just hanging out.
I think they're using his ideas, and I think Scrochi is doing the bulk of the work.
He's kept his name on there.
But that's a heavy price tag for this. That's $10, man.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the first one did well. Must have.
I like the first one from what I read. I just didn't buy this one because of the $10 price tag. But I did buy Creed. Looking forward to reading that because I just watched the movie.
I watched the first Creed. I didn't watch the second or the third.
I just finished the third. Neighbors got number 5. Seasons of Have Teeth. Haven't read that yet. It's on number 4. Something is Killing the Children. Those Frizen covers all look the same to me.
They all look the same. Yeah.
Even the one in 50, she just colored it different.
Yeah.
And that's just like a color
on
editor.
theme.
I'll just change the color.
It's like when DC used to do second prints. Just change the color.
Yeah. Some of the spawns are doing that now. They'll do just change the color on one edition and not put the title of the book on it.
Spider-Man gets the 30 with a Betsy Cola Hellfire Gala variant. And a weird Scotty Young with a baby Doc Ock, which is kind of interesting. Avengers at 3. I love that old style cover with the heads. Corner box variant by Mark Brooks.
Which one is that? Oh, yeah, the third one.
Mm-hmm.
The third. That one is not in a ratio either, huh?
Nope. Independently orderable, yeah.
That looks very 90s Avengers.
Yeah, it's cool throwback. Blade, number 1. Whole bunch of Blade. Frank Miller doing Blade. That's cool.
What is happening here? I have Blade number 1 too.
Yeah, this feels old and dated too. The sneak peek at last week with
I'm just trying to see
Mike and
if I go
Drew.
last week if Blade is on there.
Yeah,
Black Panther. Yep, it is there.
Yeah, this is my pick was Moon Knight, City of the Dead. So
that's the 19th. So there's something funky going on with that too. We're sneaking peek to last week.
Yeah. Let's see. Comics releasing. What are we looking for? July 26th?
Yeah, we're supposed to be on July 26th, but the books are not. Some of them are updated for publishers and some are last week's. I don't know what's happening, to tell you the truth. Dynamite, I didn't get 007, which I do get, and I didn't get Deja Torres. So those are new. Scar is new.
Here's I'm dropping this in the chat real quick. It's Fresh Comics. They might be. Are those legit?
I'm clicking on it.
There's a San Diego Blade, but that's the only Blade it's showing. Yeah, and a San Diego Moon Knight.
Yeah, this looks more legit.
More legit.
Yeah, because there's Daredevil Echo. I didn't get that. I didn't get Ghost Rider. Deadpool #9. Yep, this is legit. There's something going on with the Diamond site. So it's hard to tell.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. All right.
Oh, that silk cover looks really good.
I would tell you that I'm going to edit all that out, but I'm probably not. I'm going to
leave it there.
Yeah, leave it for posterity. The day Drew had a stroke.
So people could say, God, these guys are idiots. They're sleepy. They ate too much food on a Friday night. But it's not our fault. Trust us.
Yeah, it was Diamond's fault.
It's Diamond's fault. Yeah, this is right.
I do like that San Diego. Very nice.
Oh, there's a Venom George Perez cover with Dr. Doom on it.
That's weird, right?
Yeah.
Weird choice. Spider-Man India. I don't know who's going to buy that, but might be some fans.
Well, this Venom 23 has a lot of covers, man. There must be something happening in that book. That connecting cover is gorgeous. Looks like a bunch of Venoms on the beach hanging out.
Where you at?
Venom tan connecting cover.
They do have a lot of Why so many covers for 23? What's the deal?
I don't know. I don't know.
This Legacy something?
Must be the Doctor Doom thing.
Is it more expensive?
That one I don't think it is. They have a spoiler cover though, which tells me that something big is happening in this issue. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a spoiler that they're not showing, so
could be something there.
Dr. Doom becomes Venom.
The Hellfire Gala has a spoiler cover too.
Yeah, so their Dynamite stuff was up to date, but Marvel and Image were hurting. Yeah, this is a much better list. I didn't know this Fresh Comics had. I didn't know about this website. Kind of like it better.
Yeah, it's makes the.
I like it better because the images are bigger.
They're larger.
And it has everything. This is one-stop shopping.
I didn't see DC. Did you?
Yeah, there's DC in this list. Scroll down.
I'm still in Boom.
If you jump to Dynamite, it's past. Yeah, because the Image stuff is right on here because I didn't get these particular books. Nightclub, yep. Newborn, Old Dog, yeah. Every Pure Evil, all the ones that I told you I was missing, they're in this list.
The other one they just didn't delete 19, maybe the July 19th stuff.
They just left it.
Left it all and just added new shit.
Yeah, and I think they did the same with Marvel. Ooh, Conan the Barbarian #1.
Who's doing that?
Yes.
Who has that right?
Titan Comics.
Oh, they have the rights now. Okay. What do you think?
There's a lot of covers to choose from.
Do you think that'll be an improvement over the Marvel run or same?
I think it'll be similar. I read the Free Comic Book Day one, so it seems very Marvel-like to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, there's some nice covers with that.
Dead by Daylight's pretty interesting too. Golly, Antarctic Press makes an appearance. Haven't seen much for them for a while. Oh, it's Cocaine Kaiju.
Yeah. That's
Mary
a
Machine
sketchbook.
Gun. Fantasy Comics, Tomorrow Girl. Man, this looks like right up your alley, dude. Everything Antarctic's putting out.
Me and Bill love this company, so we're like almost all in.
Yeah.
But yeah, all these I'm buying. I'm not buying the Kaiju sketchbook though. I would if it was a comic, but it's not.
Rebel Girls from Keen Spot. That looks pretty good. Ablaze gives us Traveling to Mars.
Why don't you use this site? This site is so much better.
I never had the need to before because
no, but this
Diamond
has
had their shit
everything
together.
though. No, but we don't have to go to Lunar or this has everything. This has the Scout books we just talked about. Like this is one-stop shopping. I prefer it.
Mike, we're creatures of habit. We're old guys, creatures of habit, and
I'm actually gonna do a bookmark on this, so I'm gonna just go here. This is better.
But yeah, I like it. Yeah, it is good. And if Diamond continues to crumble,
if you go to Opus Comics, this could be a hit. There's Queens of the Lost World 5-copy incentive, or with the Nintendo video game 8-bit looking.
Yeah, but I can't tell what game they're going after.
It's just a Nintendo. I don't think it's a game. I think it's just the look.
The style, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, look at these art books. PS art books.
These ones I love. I just
Military Comics, Volume 3, Space Adventures, Volume 7.
This has a better organization. Who are these guys? I like this. This is good because it even has like the manga.
Yeah.
Comics experience.
I just like the much better organized.
Oh, it's just organized by companies that like all the big companies.
I mean, it has Asumi Chan is interested in lesbian brothels, Volume 3.
Oh, there's a red room. Number 3.
Comics experience with Mother Russia. Number 1.
Yeah,
Hardcore still has a Star Wars license. That's cool.
They have the
old IDW.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pop Scars. I think I missed out on that one. I should have.
Oh, there's a new Tarot, Witch of the Black Rose. Jim Blant.
Aardvark Vanaheim still putting stuff out. AWA, The Ribbon Queen.
I like this website, so this is the highlight of the show for me.
There you go.
I like it.
It was worth coming on. Yeah. So is this Crypto Killers number 3? This Red Room is not as doing as well as their previous Red Room.
Yeah, I heard that, but I haven't read it yet to determine if it's content or not.
Yeah.
I love the other two. I thought they were amazing.
Yeah. I just
that
love that
cryptocurrency issue was so good. The guy who lost the USB drive and then he was trying to find a hacker that could hack into his cryptocurrency drive because he couldn't remember his password.
Oh my god!
And he went to an island and there were cannibals. It was crazy.
That's what's gonna happen to me if I ever get any crypto. I'm gonna lose my password.
I heard there's ways to recover it now. I think it's like that first generation.
Yeah. Zombie Side Day 1. Source Point Press.
I like it too because the covers are bigger. Like
I can see them. Yeah.
The images are nice.
Ahoy Comics gives us 1 comic. Archie gives us 1 comic. Avery Hill Publishing gives us 1 comic. Black Mask. My boys, Black Mask. Just keeps going, bro. It just keeps going.
Yeah. I think I know what my pick is.
I didn't even bookmark my pick. I'm so out of sorts.
Yeah, you're too busy scrolling.
Yeah. What's your pick, man?
I'm gonna go with the Venom number 23 Cafu spoiler cover.
Okay.
Which we don't know what the spoiler is, but if that's the spoiler cover, that's where I'd put my money on.
Okay.
I think something big's happening in Venom. This is a weird number.
Yeah.
And it's got a spoiler cover. Like it's number 23. There's nothing weird, but there's like a 1 in 100 off this issue. What is happening? Is this can I zoom in on this cover and see?
So it's the Venom spoiler cover.
Yeah, I'm trying to find if it's got legacy number on there. I don't know. Something weird's happening with Venom, and that's why I chose it.
Gotcha.
There's no way that an issue 23 would have a spoiler cover and a 1 in 100. The spoiler cover isn't a ratio, by the way, because I would have to follow by my rules and buy that. I'm not buying the 1 in 100.
I'm going to go with Ribbon Queen number 1, AWA, the Garth Ennis, Jason Burrows book. For old school Avatar love.
There you go. I'm still waiting for an AWA book to hit it big.
Yeah, I mean, I just think somebody needs to start optioning them because they're all good.
They need something different too, and I think AWA gives them something that's non-superhero and slightly off kilter. That gives you some uniqueness, and they can run with it.
Mike, listeners are getting pretty used to you, but where can they find more of you if they'd like to listen to more Mike Myers?
At geekbrunchpodcast.com and dcnoisepodcast.com. I do Geek Brunch Retro, Mike M's Weekly Reads, which I'm a little bit delinquent, but I have a good excuse. And DC Spotlight.
Fantastic. So we tidy 2.5 hour show. We got lost a little bit, but we found
our fault though.
We found our way back. Thank God Mike pays attention and could recognize that this stuff wasn't new and helped right the ship.
Well, it's because I unboxed my shipment right before the show, so I'm like, I have these books.
For you listeners, thank you for sticking around through our journey of self-discovery and comic discovery. And until next time, thanks for listening. As you know, our LCS is Cowabunga Comics, Lake Country, Wisconsin's best pop culture destination for new comics, back issues, gaming, retro video games, vinyl, and figures. Give them a call, 262-569-9999. Check them out online at cowabungacomics.com or follow them on Twitter at Incredicow. They are our LCS, and we utilize their deep discount mail order service to bring Oconomowoc, Wisconsin closer to us. They'll take care of you. tell them Drew and Kyle sent you. Say hi to Eric and James from us. If you need an LCS, you can't go wrong with Cowabunga Comics.